Having a social circle and getting out of the house is very important. I'm sure everyone knows this, humans are social creatures. But I don't. I don't fucking go anywhere. Um, Unless I go to work, I'm in my house. Now, this isn't to say like I don't want pity. It's not gonna be a pity episode. I just wanted to talk about kind of the concepts of how to get and how to attain and maintain friends, I suppose. I didn't really have a lot of friends growing up, um, or I should say like permanent friends. I'd had friends in classes, or I'd have a friend group at lunch. But I was always a floater, if that makes sense. There was always a pre-established group of three or four, and I was the fill-in. If that, I was always just attached to the group like a little tumor. I saw a post recently of a friend group I used to hang out with. Um, and it was the four of them going somewhere to an aquarium, I think. Four of them go somewhere. And I was thinking like if I had like just played my cards right and was a little bit more sociable, my life could be a completely different and I would be at that aquarium right now. You know what I mean? Same thing goes with a lot of my other friend groups I'm in or are just a part of is that if I played my cards a little differently, I would be in different, a lot better scenarios, sociability wise. You know what I mean? Um, it really made me think like I kind of do just spend all of my time, like my free time, in this chair. It's either I'm working, or I'm streaming, or I'm just like eating. Like I'm just in this chair looking this direction at a wall. There's just a wall behind my monitor. And I feel like if I, yeah, if I just were a little more sociable, I would just be in a completely better spot, you know? And I wanted to talk today mostly about not how to, I guess, but the importance of maintaining a friend group or just maintaining friendships in general to avoid being where I am, you know? Not to say I don't have friends, all right? I have plans made for next month. Um, my best friend's coming down here for I think the entire month actually. Like I have friends. I'm not just a fucking loner who has no one to talk to. I just mean that I don't have the quantity of friends that people my age have, you know. I'm also not in college, so I don't have that forced interaction with people my age. You know, the only people my age I really talk to would be at work, and I think I'm like the only 20-year-old there. I think the two other people I talk to, I guess three, 19, 18, 17, they're all younger than me. And then there's like one 20-year old who's like my boss, who I don't really talk to. LOL. But my point is, I don't really have that connections with people my age, people who I can share experiences with, and it kind of sucks, you know. It kind of sucks being inside all day. But I also, for me specifically, it also is kind of a blessing because I don't like the expectations that come with social situations. I don't like having to, I guess, constantly think of words to say. I it's very hard for me to be sociable. I'll say that. So there are like give and takes that I get to have benefits of. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, underlying message, I'm lonely. Very lonely guy, and I I'm kind of in that situation where before I move out, I don't want to establish any new relationships. I've talked about this before, or romantic wise, but I mean even like just what's the what's the word here? Just friendships. I don't even want to establish new friendships because I don't want to make a new friend and then leave in a couple months and then not talk to them again. You know what I mean? Kind of that, I feel like that would suck. So I'm in this state of like just continuing my lonesomeness in order to protect others like feelings of me just leaving. And that kind of sucks because I'm just alone. But I'm hoping when I move out, go to North. Actually, we're moving to Alabama now, which is actually even worse. But I hope when I move out, I'll be able to be hopefully just forced into more social situations with my friend, and we can kind of hopefully make just more friends over there and not be as isolated and lonely. But again, I don't mind being alone. I'm because I have it's gonna sound crazy, but I got 6 cats. You know what I mean? I don't feel as alone as a lot of people. I am kind of the stereotypical crazy cat lady, if that, you know what I mean? So I'm not just alone in like a padded room with nothing to do and no one to talk to. You know, I have friends, I have cats, I'm occupied with my time. I just wish I could go out and go do things and go to places. I've talked about this as well. I kind of live in fucking nowhere. I live in like Anna up in North Texas off like a highway. So there's nothing to do here. It's just businesses, and by businesses I mean fast food. The only hangout spot again is like Walmart. Hi, kitty. There's only there's a Walmart here. There's a Brookshire's. There's not much else. It's all just fast food, car wash, like uh, secondhand store. Not a lot of places to just sit down and talk. There's a park behind, like about a mile behind me, but it's always filled up with like little kids. You know what I mean? Like like middle schoolers, high schoolers. You know, no one my age. So I don't have. There's no bars, if that makes sense. There's no like libraries or nothing. There's nowhere to go do things. I have to drive so far away to be able to go to a social event. I'm kind of just stuck in the middle of fucking nowhere with nothing to do, no one to talk to, with no girls to meet. It kind of sucks. So the importance of maintaining friendships from high school, maybe middle school, is so important because you never know where you'll end up after that, to the point where you may be like me and be in a situation where there's literally I'm pretty sure there's literally no one my age in my like a 5-10 mile radius of me where I can go meet them in a place that is not a place of business, you know? There's no park where I can go meet people my age. I mean, the skate park behind me again is just filled up with kids. It's either kids or like really old adults. There's no 20-year-olds, you know. Everyone my age is also inside on their phones or on the game or whatever, or they're in school or it's whatever. I'm very lonely and I'm hoping I can change that once I move out. But for the time being, I just gotta stick it out and hope for the best. The message I'm trying to leave y'all with is that if you're still in high school, don't pass up social events. Don't skip out on any invitations you get because you will fucking regret it. LOL. Make friends, maintain friends, be good to your friends. Um, so you don't end up like me. Thank you.